Color diagnosis. Am I a winter, spring, summer, or fall?
These are your best colors. These are your fabric over me and tell me which one looks best and which one doesn't.
Green might look decent, yellow might make you look like you've been locked in a basement, and that should take about 5 minutes. Instead, they remove your jewelry, pull back your hair, wipe off the makeup, and wrap you in white so your face can be examined without interfering. Then the consultant starts placing fabric underneath your chin.
It's about people getting a professional color analyst to evaluate their complexion and prescribe them a personalized color palette.
She puts red, looks at you, swaps it for blue, looks again, then brings out another blue, which appears to be the exact fucking blue. Apparently it isn't. The first one makes you tired. The second one clears your skin. It's gonna brighten your room and act like the fabric performs some random surgery. Eventually, the consultant finds a muted brown and stops. So she checks your face again, gives a serious little nod.
Soft autumn is soft and warm.
Your soft autumn. If you hit yourself in the forehead with a frying pan, you're gonna watch how warm you're gonna become. There we go, $200 for you. But the clients start to gasp because this towel has apparently explained her entire existence. And now she walks in as Chloe, and 40 minutes later she belongs to October all of a sudden. That could have remained a funny little appointment. Yet the internet turned it into a massive competition.
I've been seeing videos about people getting a professional color analyst to evaluate their complexion and prescribe them a personalized color palette.
Well, every video gives you two colors. Either one that's gonna make you glow, so thousands of people start examining a stranger's cheeks like there's prize money involved, and the consultant is gonna solve your fabric, and the comments immediately start screaming. She came alive, her eyes open. She looks 10 years younger. Her eyes were already open. Nobody brought her back to life, and the color underneath her neck just changed slightly. But when everybody else insists that the difference is obvious, you're gonna replay that clip. You're gonna squint your eyes at some shadows around her nose, and then you begin wondering whether one of those fabrics actually did make her look a bit grey. Then a consultant announces the answer, and suddenly the entire comment section loses it.
Ironic, because winter is my least favorite season.
They claim that they guessed it correctly. And if you look at after a couple of weeks, after a few videos, people start diagnosing strangers themselves. Somebody called Wine Mom 1987 watches 6 consultations, and now she starts arguing that the client is clearly a muted neutral olive. Profile picture is a minion holding a prosecco. Just relax, alright? But once everyone believes there's a correct result hiding inside every face, 4 basic seasons start feeling too simple. So naturally, they made the whole thing worse, of course. You were spring, summer, autumn, or winter. Already a stranger with the amount of weather to exact from somebody's forehead. But at least that madness fitted on one page. Then you've got autumn that splits into soft autumn, warm autumn and deep autumn, and spring got its own subdivision, summer and winter joined in. And now some systems have 12 seasons, while others have only 16. You can't just be autumn anymore. We need to establish exactly what kind of leaf your face represents. And once the category becomes that specific, the language is gonna change as well. The consultant isn't saying, this green looks nicer. She's gonna start talking about chroma, value depth, and neutral warm tones. Now, I'm apparently the idiot because I cannot see why green number 2 is dangerous. I don't know. She holds up 2 nearly identical shades and explains that one works beautifully while the other one overwhelms the client. Well, I'm looking at both of them, thinking that one might have been washed twice, but everybody else is nodding because the expert has words that we don't. So this is what gives this whole thing wannabe authority. A preference can be argued with. Technical specification sound a bit more official. Now, whilst you sit there and somebody explain to your face that your cheeks look like they're setting up an old television, the system sounds this precise. And once you assume the professionals know what they're doing, at least all of them must agree with each other since they are professionals, no? Well, they absolutely do not. And again, one consultant is gonna tell you the soft summer, and another studies will tell you the exact same face, because deep autumn represents differently than what the first one said. Then a third one is gonna tell you again some different stuff, and now your forehead is a custody battle. These people are going online to their 4 professional color analysis because the first 3 produce different results.
And just got to the women's house. I'm so excited. I've done a couple of them online and I've had 3 different answers.
One woman had several analyses from different countries and came back several seasons. And now London says winter, Miami says autumn, Seoul says spring, and at some point you would think that everybody might admit that the categories are not quite exactly as they sound. Instead, well, your consultant, I will say he needs to get blamed for these kinds of things anyway. But maybe the fabric section was a bit poor. Maybe she didn't experience enough, or who knows, maybe the next consultant has a nicer studio and a bit more curtains. So this time, she'll definitely find the truth hiding around your job, presumably. Every new answer now is gonna ruin everything. You buy makeup for summer, then somebody's gonna say autumn, then all of a sudden the makeup is wrong. So just later, winter arrives, and now your entire wardrobe is being questioned again. Well, eventually somebody's gonna tell you autumn, which is what the client wanted, and suddenly that analysis all of a sudden falls into place. 4 professionals got it wrong, but this curtain finally understood them. So once this result starts to feel a bit right, it stops being funny. Because that label from the appointment starts making decisions for you. But anyways, once you go home and you start looking at everything differently, the black hoodie is too harsh, the silver necklace drains you, and your favorite lipstick creates too much contrast. The hair color you had for years is apparently fighting your face. And of course, once you get all of these things together, black is gonna get spoken a bit like it's entered your bloodstream and started stealing nutrients. It's just a hoodie, so relax at the end of the day a little bit. But once you believe your soft autumn, this whole hoodie becomes proof that you spent years dressing incorrectly. So it leaves you with half the wardrobe. Then comes the little color card. People carry these palettes in shops and complete them against every coat and jumper. They find something they love, and all of a sudden, check the card. It's a wrong brown, a different shade of brown. Back on track. You liked the coat 5 seconds ago, but now some 17-inch rectangle of porridge has outruled you. And that is where this whole appointment stops healing. You no longer use a palette as an advice. You asked it for permission. And once you need permission to choose a jumper, I think there are plenty of people willing to sell that idea to you. Now, once you've paid for all of these consultations, of course, then you can buy the detailed muted green requires 30 pages. After that comes a physical palette, makeup recommendation, hair advice, wardrobe planning, and personal shopping service to replace all those things this appointment has made suspicious. Well, even the experts were disagreeing. So one says summer, another says autumn, so you pay a third person to settle this. Then the third person goes and gives you a new result, and now you can replace everything. They've built a system where getting the answer wrong still leads to another sale. This started with a normal observation. Some color looked better for certain people. Fine, okay. Then they got 12 identities, technical language, and all of a sudden we have professional appointments until grown adults feel them qualified to decide whether they like a coat. I mean, come on, man. People are paying several strangers to approve beige near their neck because looking in the mirror and making your own decision is free. And apparently we couldn't fucking have that. It's too boring, isn't it? Somewhere right now, a grown adult is putting back a coat they genuinely love because Soft Autumn rejected their application. They didn't help her find her style, unfortunately. They made her scared to choose without them.